Hi everyone, Adam from Trade with Precision here, and welcome to this week's Inside the Charts market analysis. So the first thing I'm going to do here is look at the dollar index. We currently have a downtrend on the dollar index, so the dollar is weakening. It's possibly near some local support. We're going to see how it holds out this week, but for the most part, the momentum is still nice and bearish, and so my medium-term expectation for now is that the dollar will continue to weaken. If we have a look here at the euro against the dollar, we can see we have an uptrend here in place as well. And very much for me, I think I'm going to be looking for buying opportunities when price pulls back into the moving averages. Here we can see the MACD trending higher, price trending higher, and so the momentum appears to be in favor of a stronger euro and a weaker GBP. Now we get through and have a look here at euro versus a dollar. If we have a look here at GBP, we appear to be forming a bit of a resistance level, the possibility of a breakout to the upside. We'll keep an eye on this, but again, also for now, I see a little bit of bearish divergence, which means that this trend is sort of slowing down, possibly either preparing for a consolidation or a change of trend. If we have a look here at Aussie dollar, US dollar, we've also got just a mishmash. It's just very, very messy. It's very similar with Kiwi dollar as well. Just kind of a little bit of, not exactly range bound, but certainly drifting a little bit, not as much commitment to it. Dollar yen, range bound at the moment as well, also just struggling with its own little battle going on there. Dollar CAD actually producing some of the best quality trends right now. So dollar CAD looking great. We've got bearish momentum here. Nice downtrend for me. Potential selling opportunities when price pulls back into the moving averages. Looking at dollar Swissy, again, we've got that downtrend in place. We've got bearish momentum. So for now, I do expect this to continue to head lower. Very similar between the dollar index and a dollar Swissy at the moment. For the time being, my expectation is that this will continue to head lower. Let's have a quick look at the global indices. So we actually had a relatively heavy sell-off on the Dow on Friday. And as we start to approach these key levels, this is what I'll be looking for, is whether we find support here and whether we maintain this trend to the upside, or if we start to breach these break of structure. So if we have these key structural points here, for example, this recent low, and especially if we drop below the 50-period moving average. So if we drop below the 50-period moving average, that means we're now entering a sell-off phase similar to what we had over here. So we've got to stay above it if we want to maintain that bullishness. But this is also showing some bearish divergence. We've got lower highs on the MACD and slightly higher highs on price here. So it is, you can see the angle at which it sort of accelerated to the upside, and since then has been going largely sideways. So it's starting to lose that bullish momentum. The S&P as well, a little bit more bullish. This one's got a little bit more structure to it. Also a little bit of a sell-off on Friday. There's some divergence here, so we've got higher highs on price and lower highs on the MACD here, so implying that this is losing a bit of that bullish momentum. It could either consolidate before carrying on up, or we could see a potential correction to the downside. So I'm really going to be watching these key lows over here. Any significant breaks of these lows, we would see more sentiment, bearish sentiment start to pick up, and then it would accelerate to the downside. Nasdaq as well, very similar to the S&P. We've got key level of support. We're testing it at the moment. And should we break down below that, start to break below these lows, then I would expect it obviously to head further down. And just adding in that little bit of bearish momentum here, we've got the MACD trending lower, but price is still creating fresh highs. And it's just implying that the market has slowed down. And if it's slowed down, that could very well be because it's losing that momentum. If you compare that to the FTSE, again here you can see we're not really producing any really strong higher lows, higher highs. We're just sort of sliding to the upside. We are at a key level here. And again, you can see that MACD starting to head a little bit low. So all of this just really implying the market is likely to go a little bit sideways or down this week. Then we have a look at the DAX. So the DAX has already had a relatively strong sell-off. It's now testing these levels of support where we are. And so that's really going to be a key thing here. If we do break below that, then again, I would say that's a possible clue as to how the rest of the week might go, or what we might see with regards to the other indices. Okay, so that's a relatively strong sell-off. Plus, we've got definite bearish divergency, MACD heading lower, even though we have higher highs on price. We've broken this sort of recent swing low here. We're starting to look not so much bullish, potentially more bearish. Okay, so crude oil, obviously with war breaking out at the moment, lots of wars breaking out all over the place. We could see that we've breached this downward sloping trend line. That's relatively significant. So this longer term trend to the downside where we broke through key levels of support, the market has simply responded and we've broken back up above that. So right now we're in an uptrend there. And so for now, I'll be looking for any kind of pullbacks, looking for buying opportunities to the upside there. We have a look at gold. Gold looks really good. I really like this current uptrend. The only thing I would point out is that we are sitting near historical highs. and therefore we might still encounter some resistance where we are. It's a little bit more obvious when you look at it from a monthly perspective, that we are just obviously extended where these key levels are. Also, well, let's say with the weekly, for example, here you can see we're battling to get to that level. The market overall, though, is continuing to push higher, and so for now I remain bullish on gold, looking for entry buying opportunities anytime we get some pullbacks into these previous highs or back into the moving averages. Silver itself also, having produced a nice bullish candle here, could provide a potential opportunity to the upside. So silver is now trending high, MACD is nice and bullish. We've got some potential buying opportunities on silver, which is not always as does not always provide the same number of opportunities as gold. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now has lost its uptrend. It had a downtrend over here. It's broken that. It has no clear direction at this point. So in situations like that, I like to go up the time frame. So it gives me some more perspective here. We're battling with this strong level of resistance up here, but we also have lots of buyers below here. So buyers are pushing it back up, but not able to carry it over the line. And so there's no clear trend on this. It's one of those situations where you want to sit back a bit and watch and see. You either need it to close above this level of resistance to continue up, or it's going to start to head a little bit low. So it's one of those definitely wait and see to get a little bit more clarity. There's no clear direction on this at this point in time. Let's have a quick look at Ethereum to see how that's doing. Clearly still range bound, so you can see Ethereum offers no clear direction, similar to Bitcoin now. And then finally, we'll just finish with the Russell 2000, which is the 2000 small cap companies in the US. And here you can see again, similar trend to the upside, moving averages in a nice bullish formation. But as we get higher highs on price, we're getting lower highs on the MACD, just implying that it is losing steam, which we could see potentially unfold this week. I'll leave you with that. Have a fantastic week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.